Hello, and welcome to your reading for the new moon, which starts today, October 12th, 2015. And I actually think it's good that I waited to do this recording so that this would be fresh on the new moon energies that are coming in. So I made some notes here because I'm not a trained astrologer, but I think this is a particularly powerful new moon that we're headed into. We're still in the energy from the eclipse that was at the end of September, and those energies will be with us for 6 months. However, things kind of get beefed up with each new moon and the various aspects in the sky. So the eclipse energy was all about old habits sort of falling away. We're kind of peeling back the layers of the onion. And this new moon is in Libra, and it starts today the 12th. And Mercury is also now gone direct. It's been in what's called retrograde, which often equates to communication breakdowns and problems with technology and things like that. Mercury retrograde is also a great time to go within. So that has been happening over the past couple of weeks. And Venus is also coming out of what's called its shadow period. So coming more into the light. And Venus, as we know, is all about love and beauty and abundance and, everything you can think of that's beautiful and love. So this new moon marks truly a new beginning. And that's the great thing about celestial aspects, is there's always these new beginning points. It's why I think it inspires hope. If you really look to an astrology report, and there's tons for free, by the way, online. If you go on YouTube, there is so much information for free. And I will share, as part of this report in the links, I will share a couple, actually 3 different reports that I really like on this new moon. So the new moon is all about new beginnings, particularly with relationships of all kinds, and that includes with yourself. And it's learning to relate in new ways. That's the power of Libra. It's sort of a very balanced approach, seeing things from both sides. It's less about the self and more focus on love and acceptance. Even if that is with yourself, what I mean is it's less about self-directed activities and only looking out for a number one, that kind of thing. And moving into that honest expression of the self, authenticity, and also seeing that in others. So overall, it's facing a new identity. It's a new chapter. It's a new approach or a belief in your life. I mean, this marks a really good opportunity to really take these messages that come through according to the card that you chose and do some thinking about how can I really take advantage of this energy for a new chapter when it comes to my relationships. And also there's an aspect, and I didn't write it down, but there's an aspect that's in Virgo, which is very defining and detail-oriented. And so one of the astrologers I really enjoy said, the key is to not get overwhelmed and try to remain steady and to receive the gifts and know that there's not one right way. Virgo really wants it to be, like this, and set everything up perfect. You want to be sure to not get overwhelmed in this process. So with that, that's sort of the context that I chose these cards within, is the energy that you can embrace in order to receive the gifts of that the new moon, and to move you forward on your path. So long description there, but all right. So for the people that chose this is the Flower Therapy deck by Doreen Virtue. And this is balance, work, rest, and play. And it says on the bottom, it's important for you to have fun along with fulfilling your responsibilities. So when I think about this card, when I'm looking at it, tapping into it in the context of what I just went over with the new moon, I feel like the relationships might be more about yourself, and really finding time to particularly work in play, and doing things that you enjoy, really soaking up the beautiful things in life. That's the Venus energy. Really noticing what you're drawn to try, and also, rest. I think that rest is underrated in this society here in America, at least. Everybody's on the go so much. And so with this new moon, it's maybe this is a really big perspective to keep in mind with the new moon energy, is about the balance of work, rest, and play. And that also has to do with the Libra energy. Libra is very naturally balancing in all ways, always sort of striving for catching up that balance between the various aspects of our life. So maybe it's looking at those particular aspects, work, rest, and play, and just take a look at what may seem out of balance and honor yourself in trying to bring them to a more balanced point, because that's the new moon energy, and that will bring even more things into your path that are going to lead you along the way to your soul's calling. So that's what I'm getting for that. That's a beautiful message. Okay, so then we had in the middle was the horse card, this one. This is from The Way of the Horse deck by Linda Kohanov. And it is, I just love this card. It's called The Herd. And I really want you to look at that artwork. The illustrator does a great job on this. So with this, I really love reading the descriptions because I think they're beautiful and I think people can get things out of them. So I'm going to read this and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. But The Herd, authentic community, consensual leadership, balancing individual and group needs. Running across the open plain, a dark horse is captivated by sunlight shining through an apparition in the clouds. Pausing briefly, he gathers confidence in his unique talent and wisdom, preparing to accept a leadership role when he rejoins the herd. The gift of this message is when we trade leadership roles according to who's calmest, clearest, and most creative in a given situation, the entire community benefits. The challenge is, consensual leadership is not a job description, it's an improvisation. To be confident in your own dreams and talents while remaining responsive to the needs and gifts of others, you must check your ego at the gate. So you can re-listen to that to see what pops out to you. But when I look at this, and just the whole meaning of the herd, and in the context of the new moon energy, I think it's recognizing that others around you have purpose and to not discount them or get overly frustrated with them. To look at the gifts that everybody is offering in the group, no matter what. And this is, again, when it comes to relationships. So perhaps looking at the areas where you have relationship challenges and notice, they're unique, as the description said, they're unique and very valuable talents that these people have, even when they get in your face. Actually, especially when they get in your face. They're great teachers for us. They're comrades with us. They help us to see even more clearly for ourselves, okay, well, either that approach didn't work when I tried it that way, or this is calling me to be more clear when I communicate with that person, or perhaps you need to cut them out, or you need to draw somebody else in with a unique talent to kind of set the scales straight. Again, there's Libra energy coming in as I describe that. It's about just the equality of all of your relationships, and within the herd, I mean, there's just a known equality of sorts. They're all different, and there's ones who are certainly, the leader, and there's ones who are sort of more meek and they stand back, but they all have individual energies that they're bringing, and that is appreciated amongst a herd of horses. I've learned that in my work with them, is they don't, intensely, they don't have that ego structure and then intensely dislike this one. It's just the energy mix can be a little skewed at times, and that's when this Libra energy comes in with this new moon. I'm talking about this in context of you. It comes in to sort of balance those scales out a little bit. And to not get too many highs and lows, and to think I'm the leader and I know the right way, and That's sort of that Virgo energy I was mentioning, that there's one right way, and really take a look at what's going on with the others in your herd, in whatever relationships you're having trouble with, perhaps, and see the unique gifts, because they're there. And it's definitely purposeful, especially in cases where we have challenge. So, there. And then we have this messages from your animal spirit guides card. And for those that chose this one, I never know how to say this. Puio. It's the Hawaiian owl. And I know we've had this in the not too distant past as one of the cards. And it says, your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. So I'm drawn to a couple of things with this, because it's the Hawaiian owl. I feel like travel is important. I'm drawn to sort of these tropical colors that I see, and not knowing if those that picked this card have some tropical travel coming up or thinking about it. But in terms of the new moon, what I'm feeling like is, that it could be that travel of different sorts, and that can even be, looking at pictures on your computer of places that you want to visit. And again, I'm really drawn to these tropical colors in the background there. It feels tropical to me. Even looking at pictures, even if you're not planning a trip to Hawaii or something like that, there's something that's encoded there with your energy field, that with this new moon, it can help to sort of balance things out and bring you a sense of serenity and calm, and allow that Venus energy to come in now that she's, coming out of shadow, allowing that beauty, just everything that is gorgeous in our view to come forth. And that then brings you personally more feelings of love and acceptance of others. That's what it feels like to me, is putting your eyes upon really beautiful things or experiences that make you really appreciate the beauty. So it feels like places, and it could be in your backyard. It certainly here in New England, fall has popped out and it's gorgeous. But it does feel very tropical in its nature. Additionally, with this ancestral spirit guide part of the message, I just feel like everything with these moon cycles, it comes so perfectly timed in your life to be able to really take that message of the new moon, and that this is like a beep. It's not even a reset. It's you're stepping through a doorway or a gateway into a new place in terms of your relationships, where you can look back and say, wow, I don't think that way about that person anymore, or that set of people, or when I go into a new group of people, I don't automatically do this type of behavior or that type of behavior. Like your behavior even has shifted when you with new people. It feels like, it's all been, of course, it's all so purposeful. And your divine team, as I call them, all the energies that are helping you from that divine realm, are pushing you along. And this is just another reminder of it with this card, is that they keep pushing you along to keep trying, keep experimenting, keep going to new tropical places, whether it's in your mind, through your eyes, in person. They're pushing you along because it's bringing forth this energy, like I was talking about with the Libra new moon. It's kind of forcing the cards to come together and everything to equalize and to get into a more even plane when it comes to relationships. You're kind of out of that peaks and valleys area, and coming into a more serene place. When you think tropical, you think I think anyway, of pure serenity. I mean, just crystal clear waters, and just doing enjoyable activities, whether that's laying on the beach all day by the pool, going out and doing some activity on the water. That's what really comes forth for me with this card, is about that travel piece and tropical. So, yeah. So I hope that all makes sense for all of you. And again, I will leave some links in my post to a few different new moon descriptions that I really enjoy, different styles of different astrologers, and then you can find tons more through YouTube for free. So until next week, have a great new moon, enjoy it, and take on the good juju.